All right, let's talk about something that's going to make a lot of leaders uncomfortable. Most organizations are absolutely terrible at saying no. I'm talking about the leaders who walk into planning meetings and greenlight everything like they're playing poker with house money. Like, yeah, we can take that on, or sure, let's add it to the roadmap. The team will figure it out. And then they wonder why their best people are burning out and nothing gets delivered on time. The truth is, this is not about poor discipline or lack of ambition. This is about basic math. And here's what nobody wants to admit. That 10-person engineering team you keep talking about, well, they don't have 10 people's worth of delivery capacity. They've got maybe 6.5 if you're lucky. And why is that? Well, because people aren't robots. They have meetings. They take vacations. They spend time onboarding new hires. They fix bugs from last quarter's rushed delivery. They answer support tickets. But in planning sessions, we pretend none of that exists. We assume everyone's 100% available for roadmap work. That's complete fantasy. And then there's the specialist problem. Every organization has those handful of people who touch everything. It's your platform engineer, it's your data scientist, it's your one person who actually understands the legacy system. In planning, every single initiative assumes these people are fully available. But nobody's doing the math on the fact that that same person is needed on 4 different projects. Now let me give you a good example of where this leads. Kurt Schilling's company, 38 Studios, they had 400 people and decided to simultaneously deliver 2 massive games, Kingdoms of Amalur and an MMO called Project Copernicus. When their single-player game shipped, it sold 1.3 million copies in 90 days. That sounds like success, right? Except they needed 3 million just to break even. They had committed to delivering 2 major games without honestly calculating whether they had the resources to make either one of them profitable. And the result was they were $150 million in debt, 400 people laid off, and a perfect case study about why math beats optimism every time. When teams overcommit, it's not just deadlines that suffer. Quality goes out the window because people cut corners to hit impossible targets. Your top talent starts looking for jobs at companies that actually respect their time. And leadership credibility erodes with every missed promise. And here's the kicker. The hidden cost is that decision-making becomes reactive instead of strategic. You're constantly firefighting instead of building something sustainable. And so what's the solution? Well, it's not really rocket science, but it does require discipline. And here's exactly what you need to do. Step 1. We're over here. Step 1. Set a cross-team capacity baseline. And stop planning with headcount. Start planning with actual availability. For each key role, calculate real capacity by subtracting all the stuff that doesn't contribute to roadmap delivery. That's meetings, support work, vacation time, onboarding overhead. If your back-end team has 4 people, but they're only delivering 2.5 full-time equivalents worth of roadmap work after all the other responsibilities, well, that's your planning number. Use that, not the headcount. Step 2, audit your current commitments. Before you add anything new, map what's already in flight. Create a simple grid showing which teams are working on which initiatives and for how long. This will immediately reveal overload zones where the same people are being pulled in multiple directions. And trust me, you'll be shocked at what you find. Step 3, limit the concurrent work that's happening. And this is where leadership discipline actually matters. Establish work-in-progress limits per team and stick to them. If your back-end team can effectively support 2 major initiatives at once, don't assign them to 3. When something new comes up, and it always does, require an explicit trade-off conversation. What are we saying no to in order to say yes to this? Step 4, build slack into the plan. And here's the bit that might make your CFO a bit nervous, but plan for 80% capacity, not 100%. Leave buffer time for unplanned work, for learning curves, for the inevitable surprises that derail your perfectly crafted schedules. This is not wasted capacity. This is insurance against chaos. Because if you plan to 100% capacity, you're planning to fail. And finally, step 5, create an overcommitment escalation path. Give your teams permission to raise red flags when workload becomes unsustainable. Make it safe to say, we can't take this on without dropping something else. And then, and this is crucial, respond quickly to resequence or reassign work before burnout sets in. Don't make them suffer through it just because you're too proud to admit that the plan was wrong. Like, the best organizations don't do more work. They do the right work at the right time with the right people focused on it completely. And this requires courage. The courage to disappoint someone today in order to deliver excellence tomorrow. Start with one overloaded team. Work through these 5 steps. Model their real capacity and audit their commitments. Establish limits that actually stick. You'll be amazed how much more they can accomplish when they're working on fewer things but doing them properly. Because the goal isn't just to keep everyone busy. The goal is to keep everyone effective.